For more reaction, let me turn to Lourdes Quinones. She's a Cuban-American living in Atlanta, Georgia, and Lourdes joins us on the phone. Lourdes, thanks for being with us. First, your reaction to Fidel Castro's death.
Well, at first I was a little bit skeptical since it's not the first time that I've heard stories that Castro had died. But when I saw it being carried on multiple news outlets, I realized it was true. And I have to say I felt relief and a little bit of joy.
Talk to us about your family experience and what they endured. You and your two sisters were actually born in Cuba.
Yes, we were born in Cuba, and we left in 1968. It took us many, many years of asking for permission to leave the country to finally get permission. I think my parents spent, 5, 6 years asking for permission. We left everything behind in Cuba and came to the United States and started really with just the clothes on our back and a change of clothes in a suitcase. We came to this country, started all over again, and had a couple of more siblings born here, and my parents, basically created the American dream for themselves.
Talk to us a little bit about what it feels like or what your reaction is when you see the Cuban-American community celebrating in the streets of Miami.
Well, I didn't grow up in Miami, so I don't think I have the same perspective as a lot of Cubans who grew up surrounded by Cubans, where there was probably a lot more day-to-day talk about life in Cuba as compared to what I grew up in a more sort of Americanized, sort of surrounding in town. But I think that for them, this is a really big day, and it is for me too in some ways. I mean, I think there's a sense of relief for all Cubans, especially those of us who were born there and had to leave our old lives behind. And I think that they're just out in the streets sort of celebrating that and, expressing it outwardly.
All right. Lourdes Quinones joining us on the phone from Atlanta, Georgia.